Hi guys, happy Flexin Friday. It is Kara, your health and fitness coordinator at Special Olympics Iowa, and I'm so excited because it's post-test day today for Team Fit New Year Healthy Me. As many of you remember, week one, we did a pre-test where we did some push-ups from knees, some jumping jacks, and some single leg stances, and we wrote down our scores. We are going to do the same exact thing today. So I hope you are ready. The goal, hopefully, you will see some improvements from your scores on week one if you have been practicing these exercises throughout. If you don't see any improvements, that is okay. You don't need to stop practicing those exercises. You can keep practicing them and hopefully see yourself continue to get stronger. But we are going to start with our push ups from knees today. So, many of you may remember how to do these, but we are going to get down on the floor. We're going to put our hands below our shoulders, and then we're also going to have our knees and our feet in contact with the floor. And the body position we want to try to get our body straight from our shoulders to our knees, or as straight as we can get it. We don't want to be up like this, and we don't want to be down hanging like this. We want to try to be as flat as we can. Now, when we did our pre-test, I showed everyone a modification for this one if you have pain in your knees or your hips. So if you use the modification the first time, I want you to also use the modification for the post-test here so we can get a better comparison of what your results are. So the modification we used, if you remember, is the wall push-up. So instead of the floor, we are going to put both our hands onto the wall. We're going to make our body straight all the way from our shoulders to our feet. And we are going to lower our forehead to the wall and push back out. And that is one modified wall push-up. But I am going to do them from my knees here. And we counted for 1 minute the first time, 60 seconds is how long we're going to get to see how many we can do in this time. So I am going to start my timer, so you can just count for yourself during this time. I'll let you know when to start and when to end, so you can just focus on how many you get done in this time. So get in your push-up position, and we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Halfway done, guys. Keep going. You'll probably get some burning in your arms, but we're trying to see how many we can get, so keep it going. Stay strong. Almost there. All right, and there's our timer. Awesome job, guys. So make sure you take your score that you just got and write it right there. On February 19th, blank push-ups from knees. Make sure you write in the number that you just got from that test. And we'll take just a minute here to catch our breaths before we go on to our jumping jacks, our endurance exercise. So while we take some rest time, I will show you what our jumping jacks look like. So jumping jacks, remember we have two positions that we put our bodies into. So the first position is our feet are closer together than shoulder width, almost touching each other, and our arms are going to be down by our sides. And this is position 1. And then position 2, our feet are going to jump out and our arms are going to come up. So this is position 2 right here. So it's back to position 1. And so this is 1 jumping jack right there. And the modification that we showed was the step jumping jack. So if you did the step jumping jack the first time, I want you to do it again for this time. And so instead of jumping, you are going to still start in position 1, but you are going to step with your leg. Your arms will do the same thing. You'll step back in, that's 1. Then you'll step with your other leg, step back, that's 2 there. And 3, and so on. So this one again is for 60 seconds, 1 minute. So I am going to start that clock again. I hope you are all ready. You've recovered a little bit from your knee push-ups because we are going to get started. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So make sure you're counting how many you're doing. Good job, guys. All right, stop. Good job, everyone. Awesome. You probably have kind of a high heart rate right now. Mine is kind of high as well. So, awesome job. Make sure you write down how many jumping jacks you did. Right here, blank jumping jacks. Write the number that you just did right there. And for reference, if you still haven't found this, this is page 11 in your training log. All right, so 2 out of the 3 are done. Awesome job so far, guys. This last exercise is our balance exercise. So it is the single leg stance. And this one, instead of counting down from a minute, we count up for however long we are able to hold it. So the form for this one, we're going to write down the time we get on our dominant leg. So hopefully you are able to go back and you wrote down which leg was your dominant leg for your pretest, either right leg or left leg. But if not, we will just count the leg that you held that you hold this the longest for today. So on week 1, we told you your dominant leg was the one that you were able to hold the longest. So assuming something crazy didn't happen, you would probably be able to hold it for longer on the same leg today. So go ahead and do both of them again, and just see what happens. But we'll start with our right leg, and the single leg stance, we want our arms out to help us balance. And then we are going to pick up our left leg in back of us, and we hold. And so for this one, we're timing how long we can hold it for. And the timer stops when you fall over, or you just put your foot down, or if your leg is getting tired and you feel like you need to stop, that is when the timer stops, is when your foot touches the ground. So go ahead and test your right leg, and then test your left leg then. Put your arms out, pick up your right leg in back of you. One may feel a lot better than the other. I can tell my left leg is not as strong as my right leg. My right leg is my dominant leg. And again, the timer stops when you bring your leg down. So once you have the time on that, I want you to write that in there. It says, I held my single leg stance for blank seconds On my stronger leg, you are going to write in how many seconds you held that for. So, congratulations, guys. You have done all three of your post test exercises now. It will be really interesting to look back and see how those amounts have changed since the pre test. Like I said, hopefully you've shown some progress. But if not, keep working at these things. Your work doesn't stop here, right? At the end of the program, it continues. Um, as you can see, it also in your booklet says enter these results on www.soiowa.org to compete in the virtual fit competition. So, the virtual fit competition is our end of month virtual competition this month, and three of the competitions are the things that you just did. So, you have already completed the competition. So, if you go and you enter those results, then you now have a chance to compete against other athletes and you have the chance to win medals. So I highly encourage you to go do that, enter those in so you are in the running. For some medals. There are also two other exercises. There are curl ups slash crunches, and there is march in place. So feel free to compete in those two categories as well. But I highly encourage you to compete in that and see how you do. Thanks for all your hard work, guys. Like I said, the hard work doesn't stop now. Fitness is a journey, and we will keep working at it. But thanks, guys.